G'day guys, welcome to Attack Line. This episode we've got a lot of news coming in. We have got your favourite segments, the rumour mill and of course the meter ball. We're going to be doing a review of the last couple of weeks and a preview of the state trip coming up.
We've also got the women's AVL team to look at, and is there a new premiership favourite in the men's division? This is Attack Line. We are also going to be filming a segment of today's episode in wide angle high definition, and then you as a viewer get a chance to guess which one it is. But to start off today, we will be looking at the news, and starting us off is the women's AVL side has been announced. They're going to be known as the Westpac SA Rubies, and it's a pretty strong lineup. We've been sent through the team today, and there's a lot of Mount Lofty girls making up the team. So Anna Maycock, Heike Jensen, Sarah Choate, Hannah Ross, Georgie Rowe, Bonnie McKenzie, all from Mount Lofty. Olivia Orchard, Stacey Naismith from USC Line, Vicky Wright from South Adelaide, Rebecca Reeve from USC Line, and Beth Carey from Austral make up this pretty strong side. And I am putting it out there, I think these girls are going to win it, looking at this squad. So good luck to them.
Me too.
Westpac SA Rubies.
So there's been a lot of news on online. You might have been following it from home. The Australian beach volleyball team, 4 extra people are going now in the females: Bakara Palmer and Lou Borden, Natalie Cook and Tamsin Barnett, eventually. Yeah. They're all going to the Olympics now, so big congratulations to them. Wish them all the best. This is actually Natalie Cook's 5th appearance at the Olympics, so that's a massive feat.
I reckon they should give her the flag, opening ceremony. She's been there plenty of times, so give her the flag. Natful flag, we'll do that.
And we've got a bit of a sponsor plug as well.
Bit of a sponsor plug. Now, those at State League might have noticed South Adelaide's shiny new uniforms. They look great. Here's my Libero top there. Now, you may or may not know, but these were done by good friends at Joust. Now, Joust is a great sponsor of ours. They've really put in a lot of effort for us. So if any potential buyers of uniforms, they do a great job. There's a lot of schools-based tournaments coming up. I wore them during school. These are fantastic uniforms, so get on them, Joust.
Welcome to Chad's Mailbag.
Now, we've got a letter here from Linda. She wrote in on Facebook and she said, "Hi guys, loved the last episode. I saw your All-Star 7s. There was a few that I agreed with and disagreed with, but where are the coaches?" Linda asked. Now, we've got to mention the coaches that are really putting their team in the right spot. And Dizzy and I put our heads together and we thought, who would be put in there? Now, for the women, I think Jason Potts has got to be the coach there. What he's done with his team, he's made a great team even better, and that's tough to do. So yeah, Potsy's had a fantastic season. We'll continue to. For the men, this one's an interesting one. I spoke to Diz, I mentioned this to him, and he didn't really agree with me, but then he gave it some time to think about it and settled in. But we think Simon Phillips, what he's done with Austral, he's done a phenomenal job. They were known as the cellar dwellers coming into the season, but they've really put up some wins on the board, big games, so Simon Phillips, Coach of the Year.
And we've also had another mailbag from our friend Jason Thomas. He actually wrote on my Facebook wall last week. He tagged Attack Line in it, so a lot of you might have seen. I'll just read it out. Adam, I'm enjoying how each week on Attack Line I can tune in and find every episode contains a Red Square or Jason Thomas reference in it. Now, whilst hilarious, I in fact rarely attend the establishment known as Red Square anymore. However, in the last few months, Facebook tells me you and Chad Schulte have been enjoying yourself quite a bit at the old square. Now, moral of the story, if you're serious about running a legitimate TV show,
we are.
May I suggest you stop focusing on me and what I choose to do with my spare time and keep your focus on volleyball alone. Simply, yeah, that's basically it.
That sums it up.
Now, well, we've had a roundtable discussion about this with other members of Attack Line, and what we decided to do is we're not going to refer to Red Square or Jason Thomas within 25 words of one another.
I think that's a safe bet, yeah.
But we will be continuing our research in the city, looking for Jason Thomas and the rest of the Henley League men through the next few weeks, and hopefully we come to a conclusion that volleyball is the real winner here.
Stay tuned.
Why did you move from USC Line to Henley Hawks?
Mainly financial reasons.
Have you noticed an improvement in your game now that you're playing with volleyball extraordinaires Brad Tutton and Travis Moran?
Brad Tutton's just magical sets, just do it for me, so yes.
You're not representing South Australia for the first time in 3 years and have been replaced in the middle by Justin Bieber. How does that make you feel?
good luck to him. Good luck to the team, I guess.
If Russell Moore moved to Henley, how many more Moores will there be?
Too many.
Outside of Henley, who sets you the best through the middle?
Josh Larry, I remember, was awesome.
You and Daniel Dempsey have both taken Chad's high school mates as your girlfriends. Conan has recently retired from the South Adelaide middle position. Are you sneakily trying to move to the black and red?
Never.
You moved from a pass-hitting role at USC Line to a middle role at Henley. Was this to avoid passing or to save your energy for Reds?
Reds.
Who would you hit a meter ball at?
Russell Moore.
Welcome to the State League Review. We're going to be focusing on the round 10 results of the State League season. First of all, the men, Chad. So Norwood versus Henley. Now, Henley got off to a flying start, winning the first set 25-19, but in true Bear fashion, Norwood clawed their way back, getting the Bickies 3-1. Tom West, he's been doing a reasonable job setting the last couple of weeks. Sam Halliday and Nick Anstey have really dominated outside, and Steve Benson, he's just blocking everything through the middle, bouncing big A balls. They're a pretty unstoppable force. They've won a lot of games in a row. Henley dropped one they probably should have won, but
yeah. I think they'll bounce back. Now, the next match that we had to look at was between South Adelaide and Austral. South, they were decimated by players unavailable for this fixture. Now, some had uni exams, injured, a couple were playing footy for the Dingy Sharks, but Austral, regardless, they looked the goods here. Now, they were 3-1 victors in this one. Gus was setting fantastically. Their middles really dominated. They were putting balls away. They were defending like absolute champions, and Austral really, really important win this one. Keeps them in touch with the finals race, and they're looking good so far, so well done the Austral boys.
And the final game, Mount Lofty versus USC Line. Mount Lofty got the Bickies here. They've really jumped back into the winner's circle, winning 3-1 over a pretty much full-strength USC Line team, so they are back with a vengeance, basically.
Yeah, we alluded to this at the start of the show. Now, Mount Lofty, they've had a few positional changes on court. Now, do you think we can consider them premiership favourites? I mean, Norwood have won a few games in a row, but Mount Lofty looking awfully good, Dizzy.
They are looking pretty good. They're a scary side to come up against. They've got a lot of consistent players, and with Hunter's back, the setting is remarkably better. Now turning our attention to the League Women in round 10, Chad.
Now also up on Friday night was Norwood and Henley. Now Norwood here, they were 3-1 winners. They looked comfortable the entire game, dropped the fourth set, but they looked really good. Frances Duddy really played well, gave her it all, and they looked really good. Now, Dizzy, Henley, just want to touch on them before we get to the next matches. They're yet to win a game. Now, how do you think they're going to achieve this? They've won a few sets, almost had a big upset win over USC Line. How do you think they're going to get the first win on the board?
Well, they're a young team, Chad. They're a young team, so they're just going to have to, it just takes time. They're going to get more consistent. They're going to improve in their skills over this year. I trust Brad Tutton knows what he's doing with that young team. He is a superstar coach and a superstar setter, and he will teach them the right way to win a game eventually, hopefully this year. The next game we're looking at is Mount Lofty and USC Line. Mount Lofty once again won. It was pretty comfortable in the end, winning the final set 25-12. It does help. They've got basically the 5/6 of the ABL time.
Yeah.
Playing for Mount Lofty, and superstar Jason Potts, the coach, he's just guiding them on their way. So they are definitely premiership favourites. USC Line are still in second spot, so they're hunting him down, and now that we've got Olivia Orchard and Stacey Naismith back, we'll be competing later in the finals.
Yeah, Mount Lofty are definitely a force. Now the final match was big. It's a big upset win between Austral and South Adelaide. Now South were heavily favoured in this match, but the Austral girls, they really put into a great consistent volleyball, and they came away with this win in 5 sets here. Now I spoke to one of the Austral coaches, Pete Bowie, and he said the girls have just been working their bums off, and they really want to improve and just don't want to be there to make up the numbers, so to speak, and they could be a sneaky chance for finals. Watch out for the Austral girls.
Welcome to the rumour mill. Well, to start us off today, there was a rumour floating around that Daniel Dempsey 2.5 is going to be hanging up the volleyball boots and putting on some sprigs to play Southern Footy League for Aldinga, and that we can confirm. Now, Daniel actually got second best player on the weekend, playing full back against Noarlunga Shoes. To give you a score update, we'll be doing weekly updates on how Dempsey's going. They versus No Longer Shoes, who were 27-16, 178, versus Aldinga 3-3-21. So a bit of an upset loss there, but they'll bounce back. On your Demps.
It's a close one. Second rumour we've got is with the recent Australian men's team making the Olympics, there's been a lot of publicity all over the news, all over Facebook, a lot of videos coming out. They met with the Prime Minister as well. So not bad. So we saw something on Channel 9 actually with a few of the South Australian boys having a bit of a hit at Sassy. And the rumours come out that Aiden Tutton, after that massive spike that I saw on Channel 9, is putting on a new uniform. He's not going to be Libero in London, so he's going to be a pass hitter. He's been talking to Igor. I think they've come to some sort of agreement. They're going to take it halfway. So he's going to be half Liberoing and half pass hitting for Australia. So good luck, Aiden. Wish your team all the best.
Yeah, and on hitting as well, Bakara Palmer, of course, she's also qualified for the Olympics. She's actually been hitting left-handed just to throw oppositions off. And it's, I mean, in London, it's going to be a pretty sort of stock standard game. I don't think there's going to be many tricks in the bag. But here, down in South Australia, we've got many tricks, so opposite hands.
Yeah, so two lefties playing for Australia. It's going to be a tough match.
Might as well give us gold now.
Alright guys, this week instead of doing a preview of the upcoming matches, we're going to be previewing the Australian Junior National Tournament held in Melbourne next week, Chad.
Yeah, so the squads were announced online via VSA, so up on the screen now we've got the under 17, 19 and under 23 women. I think they're looking pretty good. And also the under 17, 19 and 23 men. Now, Dizzy, what do you think our medal chances are like?
Well, obviously they were picked by great coaches, so the players that have been selected are very skillful. I haven't had a chance to look at the other state teams coming through Melbourne and Queensland, who are usually pretty strong, but I think our medal chances are quite high. We've got a big squad. The coaches are very good. We're going to be over there on Wednesday afternoon till Sunday, so we'll be sending as many updates as we can on the SA teams for all the parents keen at home. So keep on the Attack Line Facebook page for some updates next week.
So the next match in the South Australian Volleyball League, round 11, will be a charity round. Now this is a round that all proceeds will go towards Labs for Life, which is an organisation which puts a lot of funding and training behind Labradors and seeing eye dogs, and everybody loves cute puppies. Now Norwood have been kind enough to donate their time and organise a meetable. Now Dizzy, what do you think about the meetable comp?
Well, over at USC Lyon, we are actually having weekly tryouts for this, so we got a few people in mind, keeping it a secret for now because we want to take out the title of this inaugural meetable competition. How about your hopes, Chad?
Yeah, well, my hitting gets about as good as running 1s and 2s in the hitting warm-up, and that's about as good as it gets. But I have heard a rumour that 65-year-old Craig Slugger Watson is going to come and just blow the field away with his wrist snap. So that's who my money's on. But get amongst it, round 11, get up to Mount Lofty, donate to a great cause, Labs for Life.
So apart from the Australian Junior National Championships in Melbourne next week, there's also an international troop embarking in the next couple of days to Holland and Cyprus for the Under-19 Junior World Championships in beach volleyball. Now locals Rebecca Reeve and Malachi Murch have been selected, and good luck to them. I wish you all the best.
Yeah, Galatiki and eat lots of halloumi.
Makes you jump higher.
So that wraps up another episode of Attack Line. Thanks to everybody with their patience over the last few weeks while we've been sucking at uni. Now make sure you keep an eye out for us, our updates on Facebook and Twitter for the Australian Junior National titles held in Melbourne. Now we go from Wednesday to Sunday. Make sure you stay tuned.
And make sure on our Facebook page, once you like it, you have to show it in your newsfeed. So a lot of people have said they haven't been getting our updates, and we're a bit shocked. We were updating a lot over the last few weeks. So make sure when you go to our page, you show it in your newsfeed. Make sure you get all our updates. Otherwise, we'll see you next time on Attack Line.